A very good af- a very good afternoon to everyone. Hi, this is Manisha Kirti. I'm an architect and a landscape architect. I'm working here at CII IGBC Indian Green Building Council as an associate counselor, and I'm taking care of four rating systems out of 32 rating systems. And we cordially welcome everyone for all the participants, students, teachers, and the other participants who had come for this IGBC Green New School program, who had registered for IGBC Green New School program 2025, and also for the webinar series of part 4. It has been a tremendous outreach that we have done and a lot of queries that we are getting regarding the program and the webinar series also. I hope once a lot, all the participants go through the webinar, understand what the webinar is talking about. Maybe half of your doubts will be cleared, and at the same time, we'll also go with the today's topic, that is pollinator friendly schools. So let's start the webinar. We welcome you all. So IGBC Green Your School program is a pan-India competition for schools, which has been open for all the schools all over India. It's an IGBC program, CII IGBC's program supported by Carrier with a supporting association, United Way of Delhi. So we are working on this program, and it's been 18 years that we had worked on this program, and this is the 19th year that the 19th edition has been launched on World Environmental Day on June 5th. Before I get into the topic of today's webinar, I would like to introduce what IGBC does, what are the activities that we do here, for many who don't know what is IGBC. IGBC, Indian Green Building Council, it's a founding member of World Green Building Council since 2004, and it is the India's only council which is working towards, or which had started the green building movement in India back 20 years back. And IGBC addresses 32 rating systems, which with 32 built environmental typologies and categories, like net zero, commercial, residential, transit, built environment, education, industrial, and health and well-being. The main idea of introducing these 32 rating systems or curating these 32 rating systems for 32 type building typologies is basically to make the places where we stay, live, learn, work, play, transit, and worship should all go green and sustainable. So the green building movement in India had started in 2001 in one green building of 20,000 square feet. That is where right now I'm sitting, the building which you can see on the screen. This is CII GBC, Green Building Center in Godrej Center in Hyderabad. And it started with 20,000 square feet back in 2001. And today, up to 15,000 plus green building projects has been certified under IGBC with all the 32 rating systems, where 14 plus billion square feet has been covered or has been, turned green, in fact. And coming to the IGBC Green School Program, IGBC had conducted various school programs for various schools across India, and few of the programs included, quiz competitions, painting competitions, art making, elocutions, and the debates, and many such activities along with IGBC Green Your School Program. This is the biggest program that we conduct every year. And coming to the activities that we conduct here, we conduct awareness programs, educational training, implementation of green features in various ways, like mainly in terms of the IGBC Green School rating system. So 19th edition of IGBC Green Your School Program 2025, as I told you, it has been launched on June 5th, and IGBC, the main, it is supported by Carrier and United Way Delhi. And the theme for the 19th edition of IGBC Green Your School program is Energize with Care and Protect What's Rare. This year we had come up with a much challenging but yet very encouraging theme, which to basically encourage the students to explore how their choices affect forests and wildlife. So now they're going to think through this theme. They're going to work from the perspective of creating a favorable environment for the for the wildlife in and the forest within the schools, and emphasize the importance of conservation practices to reduce those impact. So the theme encourages a sense of responsibility toward energy conservation and biodiversity protection, which directly complements IGBC's goal of promoting sustainability, eco-conscious behavior, and green infrastructure in schools. The main idea of embedding this theme, Energize with Care and Protect What's Rare, this year is basically to give a message to the schools in their daily life how they can bring eco-literacy, action-based learning, or stewardship, or a responsible mindset or responsibility towards, or an accountability towards their own school's green initiatives. And it is part of the IGBC's framework, which we wanted the students in the schools to inculcate or cultivate within their ecosystem. So, we always believe that these are the key aspects or factors that shape the green leaders of tomorrow. So, for the benefit of the continuation of the webinar, I'm just giving a basic introduction on what is the program about and also the awards that the school will be getting. But in detail, it will be explained by my friend Zoya Khan. She will be giving a very detailed idea on how the program is being conducted, how the registration should happen, and how the schools can form a team of form a team. Everything she will get in detail, but just for an idea, I'm just showing this on screen. So once the schools register themselves and submit their presentations, we select top 8 schools. Within the top 8 schools, also the top 3 winning schools are given 3 lakh grant towards implementation of green ideas along with a trophy and certificate. Whereas the next 5 schools are given about 2.25 lakhs of grant towards implementation of green ideas and certificate. All participant schools will be given certificate of participation. And the top 3 schools, apart from giving the grant, they will be called to this year's Green Building Congress, which is going to happen in Mumbai in the month of November, that is on 26th, 27th, 28th, and 29th, will be called all the way to Mumbai. And will be given, a jury will be conducted on the first day, that is on 26th, whereas the award will be given, the grants will be given on the first day, on the second day, that is on 27th. So, as I told you, I'm an architect and a landscape architect who did masters in landscape architecture. I'm always very much interested in working with schools, and also I wanted to keep my expertise of landscape architecture in the schools. I feel that schools are the hubs where which has so much of open space, which makes this point a very interesting journey. So, let us go into today's topic: pollinator friendly schools. So designing pollinator and wildlife friendly zones in schools, some people think that it's a very challenging task, or schools might even think that it is an extra task that it has to be inculcated with so much of cost. But no, the designing of pollinator or wildlife friendly zones in schools is a very simple act. Just that you have to allow nature to grow. You have to allow the biodiversity to enhance itself by just giving some provision, basic provisions or basic resources. That's how you're going to welcome the nature into your front yard or backyard of your school. And that is how students get to learn a lot about, nature, and that's how nature-based learning takes place. So, first of all, what is a pollinator garden? As the name itself says, that it's a garden which is designed to attract and support pollinators like bees, butterflies, birds, and other insects by providing a diverse array of flowering plants that offer nectar and pollen. Everyone knows that nectar is very much important for for the bees to survive. And as a part of in the process of taking the nectar, they also throw the pollen. They transport the pollen from one plant to another plant, and that's how germination process actually happen. And it's just maybe a second standard or a third standard question. But what miss most in the schools is that the implementation part. Everyone knows about this, and it is not a rocket science. Just that it has to be implemented in a systematical manner with like a joyful exercise within the schools, open yards or open spaces. That's how they're going to enhance the biodiversity within the schools and they welcome these biodiversity, but biodiversity feeders, or the main elements of one of the main elements of biodiversity: butterflies, birds, bees, and other insects. So why pollinator? First of all, we got to know what are pollinators, what are pollinating gardens, and first of all, why are they required in a school zone? That too. Definitely, as urban context is increasing and urban context is growing and migration is growing, the cities are not actually finding space for nature to grow. Or the existing nature has been is usually being removed, or in the form of development, in the form of for the case of locating or accommodating the migrating crowd. There's a lot of green space that we are losing, and everyone knows that. And but what is happening in this process is we are losing nature, so as the biodiversity and the main living beings within that. So if we look why pollinator or wildlife zones are very important in the schools, if we see, they support declining populations of these butterfly bird populations or even bee populations. They strengthen local ecosystems. So enhance biodiversity and ecosystem resilience locally. At a local level, the local species of plants and also local species of such kind of pollinator flow fauna has to be given a shelter. And apart from that, create healthier, greener spaces within the campus. It's not just you come up with some exotic species or some exotic plants kept in as a part of beautification in the school, but it should have some meaning. It should have some purpose that actually supports not just the school, but also biodiversity and environment and ecosystem in return. So to promote environmental sustainability on campuses, definitely a pollinator or a wildlife zone is must to be created within the school and provide hands-on learning. So it also offers practical educational opportunity for the students or the kids of the school to create something out of their own hands, and it is kind of a observation for them for a few more years to see how biodiversity, how the cycle of biodiversity, or how the complete ecosystem actually works at a very young age. And that's how they are going to own that space. That's how they are going to be accountable and responsible for their own space that they had created in their lovely school. So pollinator paradises, they can create pollinator paradises or pollinator zones within the schools as a part of the education and also to strengthen the local ecosystems. Cultivating ecological awareness in schools and in the minds of students is very much important, not just to have a zone within the school, but also to create, understanding. First of all, there's no understanding or a very limited understanding or a basic knowledge of ecosystems is, right now there in most of the cases. That's where idea of enhancing how a sustainable gardening can be done, how a nature integrated study or nature when it is integrated into the school campus, how students get to know about the nature and how, and at the same time, by doing all this, an awareness built is created to promote sustainable gardening practices and also the maintenance part of the garden. And a thriving ecosystem is very much important as it appreciates and promotes ecosystem. And as we all know that more than exotic plant species, native plant species play a major role in, encouraging these bees or encouraging these pollinators to adapt and also to live and thrive in an environment, or live at a much better way. So for that, native flowering plants and herbs are very much important for any region. If we take across India, across from north to south and east to west, the topographical conditions, the climatical conditions vary a lot, and every area or every part of India has its own nativity or its own native plant species that actually support different pollinators and different species of pollinators within the country, within that particular zone. So definitely, native flowering plants and herbs, they help in adaptation, where adaptation of they're well suited to the local soil and climate, requiring less water and maintenance. Pollinators they give a lot of pollinator support by providing, nectar, pollen, shelter for local bees, butterflies, and birds. Biodiversity is definitely enhanced when a native species is planted within, in that particular area, which maintains regional ecological diversity by supporting native insects and wildlife, and also it helps for the microclimatical condition to be balanced at a greater level. And resilience, definitely, the native species are more resilient against pests and disease compared to an exotic species, or an invasive species. Definitely, the native species are more resilient to such kind of environment because they have been thriving for thousands of years. And let us look at the examples of pollinator-friendly native plants in India that can be commonly used all over India. These are just few of the plants. Definitely, there are, as I told, that India has a wide variety, a vivid variety of plants, vivid varieties of pollinators. As per the local region, definitely in every state, for every 50 100 kilometers, there's a change in the ecosystem. That is what, a general observation that is found in India, because every 100 kilometers, the culture changes, the land typology changes, the moisture level changes. So every 100 to 200 kilometers, there's a change. So like that, even the native species might add up, might vary from place to place. But these are general plant species which can be adapted, or a go-to kind of list that you can use to implement in your schools. So first, let us go with the flowering shrubs. Hibiscus, that is, there are many varieties of hibiscus, around 15 varieties of hibiscus that are available in the market. Any kind of hibiscus definitely adds a lot of attracts a lot of biodiversity, and attracts a lot of butterflies and sunbirds. Ixora, it is a very great flowering, clustered flowering plant species, which is very not just attractive, but it has high nectar, and it attracts bees and butterflies. I still remember in my childhood, we used to pluck these flowers, and we used to suck the honey as a playful thing. And Plumbago auriculata is another lovely, beautiful flowering plant. Actually, it has very delicate blue flowering bunches of flowers. But it is called actually it is actually called as butterfly magnet. It is wantedly planted in areas where a butterfly garden want to be placed or want to be developed. So it's another kind of butterfly attracting plant species, and even the petals of it resembles the form of a butterfly, in fact. And marigold, this everyone knows. This is an no festival actually goes without this particular plant species. Definitely, it's a bright seasonal with its bright seasonal flowers. It attracts butterflies and bees, and there are many varieties that are there in marigold. And apart from that, all the native roses of India, definitely they're very sweet, and they have a lot of nectar within it. And the fragrance itself, attracts bees and butterflies. I request all the participants to mute themselves. Yeah. And apart from that, periwinkle, which is a very wild flowering plant species, it is also called as Catharanthus roseas, and it attracts butterflies and bees at a very larger level. And there are many flowers and flowering colors actually available within the flowers, and all these actually attract various pollinators. Same with our sunflower, or Surajmukhi, what we say. And this is the large nectar-rich plant, attracts bees and butterflies. And we cultivate sunflower for oil and for seeds and for various other applications. So in case if we I
कितना
request all the
द्यावा
participants to mute themselves. I
तेच
request
बंद
all
करून
the
टाक ना
participants to mute themselves.
आम्ही कोणाकडनं आहे
I request all the participants to mute themselves. And Zinnia elegans, this is another plant species. Though it's seasonal, it is very excellent for attracting butterflies for its colors, and also for its nectar storage. And coming to the herbs also plays a major role. Though the flowering, the varieties are very less, but whatever Indian herbs are there, they attract pollinators because they have an excellent nectar source within it. Like for example, if you see tulsi or the holy basil. Within this, around 5 to 6 varieties are easily available in any nursery. If you see, they have an excellent nectar source for honeybee. And lemongrass, it is very aromatic. It is a habitat supportant, and it is a pest deterrent. And curry leaf, some might even think that why curry leaf is required, but curry leaf, the leaves of curry leaves are like they act like a food for butterfly caterpillars. So that's why we have to encourage butterflies, we have to encourage caterpillars. So for that, their favorite food, one of their favorite food is curry leaves. And mint, the flowers of the small flowers of mint, that is called Mentha spicata, it actually attracts bees and hoverflies. That that if you allow the flower to actually grow, same for mint or even for coriander also, this actually attracts, even for fennel, it attracts various type of plants, various types of tiny pollinators and bees. Like the usually if you see all these flowers, they're tiny clustered and they're like, umbel shaped in different colors. They attract plant species. And even one more plant which I forgot to add is cat whiskers willow, which actually attracts certain kind of butterflies to, to these days it has been one of the most planted plant species in the butterfly gardens. And apart from that, if you see, climbers also play a major role because we have a large variety of flowering climbers and ground covers as well. So if you see and look few of the examples, glory lily, it's a very beautiful plant. The flower is very peculiar. It has that striking native climber, and it can be used as a climber and also as a ground cover. It has that butterfly. It is majorly used for butterfly pollination. The color, if you see, it is like jewel shade. So Gloriosa superba is its botanical name. It can be definitely used. And what we call Pochilica moss rose, which is a very hard and very very easily grown flowering species, which attracts a lot of butterflies. In fact, and these are bee attracting also. The colors are also very pretty if you see. And lantana, it supports multiple pollinators. It's not just butterflies, bees. It supports multiple pollinators, and these colors are very attractive. When a tree, a flower's color is very attractive, and it is a tendency for all these pollinators to choose those flowers first. And that is how pollination actually, improves. And definitely Aparajita, the blue pea, what we call Clitoria ternatia, it attracts butterflies, as the name itself says, butterfly pea. It attracts butterflies, and it is very native plant to India, creeper to India, and it is easily grown with very less water. And the flowers of it are very beautiful, and these flowers are actually edible. Apart from that, bougainvillea, which is a hard, bushy plant or a creeper, in case if we have to say the leaves of it actually, the leaves which go with the pigmentation process, they turn into a different color in different varieties. There are different types of colors available. They provide nectar for bees and butterflies, and this is one plant which is the toughest drought-tolerant creeper of India. In fact, it can be used at all the urban zones, and it can be used at all the boundaries of any project. And this is one to go plant. And apart from that, Wedelia is another ground cover, which is very attractive to bees and small butterflies. And it's a very easily grown plant species, in fact. And apart from that, morning glory, or even we call as railway creeper, it attracts butterflies, it attracts bees, and even sunbirds for that sake. The creeper is actually, it can grow even in a wild condition. You don't have to, the all these plant species, in fact, grow in a very wild condition. You don't have to give so much of care also. Just a minimal care in the initial days has to be given. Later on, they thrive themselves with the ecosystem. And coming to the trees, definitely a lot of plant, instead, a tree actually solves a lot of problem. It can attract a lot of bee communities or butterfly communities together. So one such plant is Cassia fistula, and this is my favorite plant, favorite tree. I've been, wherever I see this particular tree, I immediately take a cam and I try to take a picture of it. This is one of my favorite tree, and it's actually there all over India. If you see in the northern part of India, the growth is very huge. Whereas if you come towards the down south of India, central India and South India, slowly the growth of it is little stunted, but still the growth, the blooming time during March till May end or June first week, they bloom like anything, and they palette up the area so good. And the flowers are the most attracting point. They actually look like chandeliers. Sorry, I'm talking so much about my favorite plant, but I really like this plant. And the golden summer bloom, it is actually a bee friendly tree. It's called Cassia fistula, or called as Amalthus also, or Indian laburnum. And Erythrina variegata. called as Polash in northern India or Mandara in certain part of India. It is called Indian coral tree. The flowers of it are very attractive and they are very much rich in nectar, and the vibrant red colors loved by these birds and butterflies makes them attractive, attracted towards towards the tree. And definitely neem, the small nectar flowers for bees and shade for nesting, nesting of birds is it is very much useful as Adirecta indica. That's neem, and this is one of the toughest Indian growing tree. And Dialonic stracia, that is called Gulmohar or the flame tree or a flame of the forest, or in Telugu we call it as Agdipolu. This is another plant species which attracts anyone's eye with its vibrant color, flowering flower variety. And this also blooms during the summer months, that is from late February till almost end of May. It actually blooms, and the striking red or orange flowers are actually loved by these birds and sunbirds also. And kadam is one. It's called Niliomachia kadamba. It attracts bees, butterflies, and birds. This is called it is actually used for religious purposes also. But this is another beautiful tree that actually gives a nice scent also. And Lagostromia religiosa or Lagostromia floss rajni. This is a very nectar-rich tree which attracts bees, butterflies, and sunbirds. And it's one of the India's most beautiful tree. This has 2 to 3 shades. Variegated flowers are also there. Apart from that, there are many trees like Bahunia varieties, Tabobia varieties are there, and there are certain varieties like temple tree, that is what we call plumeria varieties. Some 5 to 6 plumeria varieties are there. So there are many varieties of plant tree species that one can plant in their school campuses. Because if you are going with any plant, why can't it be a pollinator friendly plant? If you're going with any tree, why can't it be a tree which flowers and adds palette at the same time support the bees, butterflies, and other pollinators like sunbirds? They create a lot of you know uh, pollinator friendly zones also. At the same time, they are very um, mm, attractive in the school as well. Lagostromia speciosa, that is what we call, and it is called Pride of India or Zarur. So coming to the pathways to a chemical-free gardening, definitely when we are allowing the pollinators into our zone, into a school zone or creating a zone for them, we have to definitely avoid certain practices. So that is definitely pesticides and chemical fertilizers has to be, should be reduced or should be stopped. And we have to encourage composting and organic care. If only organic care is given, then definitely, the plants can be survived. And protect pollinators from toxic exposure. Definitely toxic exposure has to be reduced. And what are the steps to enhance water sources? Definitely water plays a major role in any pollinator friendly garden. One can create wet zones, rain gardens, to establish shallow wet zones for butterflies and insects to hydrate. Hydration is very important for any kind of plant, any kind of living being. And mini ponds can be created where mini ponds with aquatic plants to support aquatic life can be created. And bird bathing areas, as we had also gone through our second, I think in the second webinar, we were discussing about the bird baths and mini ponds. So here we are again, bird baths. So if you install bird baths with clean water for birds to drink and bathe, that actually helps them a lot, mainly in the summer months, in the warmer months. And the maintenance, regular cleaning and maintaining water source to keep them healthy has to be maintained. And first of all, we have to understand the elements of habitat design. So what are the elements for this to create such kind of habitat design? Logs and leaf litter. So by installing logs or letting the leaf litter be, it creates habitats for insects and decomposers. And vertical garden offers shade and shelter through climbing plants also. So you can create vertical gardens in these areas that create climbing areas. And nesting boxes. So it provides safe nesting sites for birds and bees to rest, or you can even include bee hotels, where there's one slide which I'll give you an example by showing what are bee hotels. And sun and shade mix, definitely to balance light and shadow for diverse species. Sun and shaded areas has to be there in a school. When you are planning for a pollinator garden, you always should think like a pollinator. Imagine you yourself, you're a a bee, or you are a butterfly. What kind of places do you usually like? So definitely you have to go native. You have to be bountiful. That is, plant big patches of each plant species for better foraging efficiency. Be slowy, showy, be showy. The flowers has to be, the foliage has to be showy, the flowers has to bloom, and the flowers blooming has to be so attractive. And you have to be very patient. So as it takes a lot of time for a pollinator garden to to create that bloom and all, definitely you have to be patient. The students also have to be patient, and you have to be very gentle, because these are very much low lying plants. And even the bees and uh, butterflies, if you see, most bees will avoid stinging and using that behavior only in self-defense. So they kind of, bees will always use that kind of attacking thing only to for the sake of self-defense. So ideally you have to be gentle and be chemical free. First of all, there should be no use of pesticides or herbicides to kill pollinators. And be sunny. Definitely sun is very much required for the soil, for the plants to grow, for the soil to dry, and to maintain that moisture, this thing. And also be homey. So ideally it should feel like it's the pollinator's home, not something you had created and you're going to rule it. And definitely be a little messy. It doesn't have to create a pruned garden. It should be more messy. In fact, it should be more of a native bee species, plant species has to be planted. And it should create that kind of what we say that uh, different types of plant species should be planted together. And be friendly and be diverse. With respect to the native species, you have to add so many plant species to support a pollinator garden. It's not just three, four species which I just showed. You can add locally as many plant species, native, wild plants that can support these bees and butterflies or other pollinators, which are very pollen and nectar abundant. You can use them. And definitely be aware. So be aware in terms of, observe pollinators when you walk outside in nature. Notice which colors attracts bumblebee or different types of bee, which attract butterflies, which attract other types of pollinators. So observe that, and this is definitely going to be a very joyful exercise to all the students of your school, whoever is interested. And as I was telling you that these are the bee hotels which you can create, which you can ask the students to create as one of their craft exercise or an eco club exercise. They can create beautiful bee hotels and keep it one to one corner where human intervention or human movement is extremely minimal. And definitely, this adds a lot of benefit to the schools by making them greener, healthier, and more engaging. The school becomes more engaging campus, and hands-on environmental education to the students. And it builds students' responsibility and eco-consciousness towards whatever they had created. And it enhances school sustainability image as well at a national, at a state and a city level. And you can start very small. You don't have to completely clear a patch of school, a patch of your ground, and lay plant species and all. You can actually, instead of going with a proper design, be it be little messy, as I told, you can start small, plant one pollinator garden bed towards one corner, and observe it for some months or almost an year. Involve teachers and students also to upkeep, and monitor changes. You observe the changes when the blooming is happening, when the fragrances are actually being coming for the tree, and as per the seasons, how the plant typology is changing, plants behavior is changing, and also the pollinators behavior accordingly. And celebrate the biodiversity. So when you plant, you celebrate. When there's a bloom of a certain tree, you just certain plant, you just celebrate. When there is an increase in the butterfly or bees, definitely the number when you see a hike in the number of all the pollinators that are approaching your particular small patch which you had created, celebrate. And together, let's make schools vibrant habitats and monitor changes accordingly as well. So, understanding such kind of sustainable implementation play a major role in schools. IGBC Green School Rating System has been introduced in 2014, and as a part of it, first of all, what is a sustainable school? It's not just about one or two implementation. It's about the school's functionality itself. So it is basically to seed the principles of green at a very tender age and to improve quality of life, daylight, ventilation, hygiene, drinking water, healthy food, hygiene toilets within the school, and also improve building performance. So a green school, when you come to the energy savings and water savings, up to 30 to 50% of savings is usually observed by adapting the energy saving methods and also water conservational methods. And the rating system also addresses aspects like infrastructural facilities, writing desks, sitting benches, lights and fans, facilities for physical activities like playing grounds and indoor play areas. So first of all, what is a green school? A green school is one which addresses health and hygiene of children, conserves natural resources, uses less water, optimizes energy efficiency, and generates less waste as compared to conventional school. So as of now, about 110 schools has been certified by IGBC and 50 to 60 more schools are going to be certified as IGBC Green School under IGB under the process is underway, and there are many very good schools like Cygnus World School, Vadodara, Modi School in Rajasthan, and Newton School in Kolkata, Candor International School in Bangalore, Ramakrishna Mission Students Home in Chennai have been certified by IGBC under IGBC Green School Rating System. Other schools like KGBV schools in Gujarat, Apple Global Schools in Ahmedabad, Hyderabad Public School in Hyderabad, and Greenwood High School in Bangalore, KFI School in Chennai, many prominent schools in the Indus Valley School, not just prominent schools, but all type of schools, even government schools, Siksha Abhiyan schools are certified by IGBC. The rating system has been introduced in the year 2014 and it is applicable for both existing and new schools. So, as I told you, the benefits of green and healthy schools, they are quite, there are many in fact. And coming to the performance, both the student performance and building performance is quite very much improved when a school turns green. And pedagogy, the science and art of education actually changes. The eco-sensitivity is both a passion and science. That kind of thoughtful process comes into a school and children get sensitized to environmental aspects. They get to know about the environment at a very young age, and the community they help the community to educate towards a greener and a greater tomorrow, and a responsibility, as I was talking about this accountability and stewardship towards the environment. Children learns to take responsibility for their own actions that concerns the environment. And the certification is actually for both existing and new schools is offered at four levels. Certified, which where when a school implements the best practices. Silver, when a school comes up with an outstanding performance in terms of practices. And gold for the national excellence practices, and definitely platinum for the global leadership. So if we have to talk about the holistic approach to sustainability, addressing the focus areas of the rating system of the IGBC Green School rating system, the we definitely address through the rating system, we definitely address the site selection and planning of a school, sustainable water practices that are school practices, conserving and harvesting of energy, eco-friendly school material that is school use, and it uses both in terms of usage and also in terms of construction material. Indoor environmental quality, definitely air condition, everything has been taken care, light ventilation has been taken care as a part of this credit and of this focus area. Health and well-being of the students play a major role in any school, and green education. Now, my friend Ms. Zoya Khan, the program coordinator from United Way of Delhi, will be giving you an idea on how the entire IGBC Green Year School program how what the entire process of it is explained by her. Over to you, Zoya.
Thank you, Manisha. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. My screen is visible, Manisha?
Yes, it's visible, Zoya.
Okay. As informed by Manisha, the IGBC Green Your School program is an annual program which is open to school across India. Through this program, we encourage school to come up with sustainable ideas and convert their existing school building into the green building. So, the overall objective of the program is to instill the eco sensitivity behavior in the daily lifestyle of the children, to enable the student to spread awareness about environmental education among the peer groups and the community. We also like we have one more objective like to launch as many sustainable building possible with along with the support of this program. So the our overall vision of the program is to enable majority of the schools in India to convert into the green school by 2025. As informed by Manisha earlier, this is the 19th year in succession for this program with the support of Carrier and with the association of United Way Delhi. So the eligibility criteria for this program is you have to form a team of three students and one teacher from your school. The student should be from the standard 7 to ninth. Three students you have to pick from 7 to ninth and one coordinating teacher. After forming the team, you have to go to our website, which is greenyourschool.in, and over there you have to register your school. You will find the link of the registration once you will open the website at our homepage. Once you will register your school and fill out all the details, then you have to, with the team already formed, we have to brainstorm within the team and come up with five sustainable ideas which you will submit over our website in the form of the presentation. The presentation template you will get after you register your school, you will get an automated email from our end, and in that email you will get the template for the PPT. In that PPT, you have to submit the ideas or which Manisha already told, like five sustainable ideas, and then you have to propose that idea. Once you will submit the idea, which for the last date for the idea submission is 1st of October, our jury or pre-jury team will evaluate those ideas and give the marking to all the schools who have successfully submitted the ideas. Our evaluation criteria is the ideas which are practical in implementation, sustainable and health and win-win will get 20 marks. Innovative ideas will get 10 marks. Benefit the ideas which will have the benefit to the school and society will get 5 marks. And ideas which will have some education and awareness component will get the 5 marks. So this is the overall weightage of the marking system. So every year we select around 8 schools. Top three will get around 3 lakhs of the grant amount to implement those ideas and the trophy. And all the top three schools will be invited to our award ceremony. And the costing for travel and boarding will be bear by us. So it's free of cost. All the top three school will be invited through us, and we will bear all the costing. The remaining top five school will get the grant of 2.25 lakh and the certificate. Also, please note that all the school will get the participation certificate whether they are the winner or not. So these are the some of the recommendation on green ideas which you can propose, like some ideas on energy efficiency, some on water conservation, some on waste reduction, some on green landscaping, sustainable transportation, and curriculum integration. So this is the overall program. I would like to show the flyer of the program also.
Zoya, are you sharing anything?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, the flyer of the program. So the criteria is again, the student should be from 7 to ninth standard. This is applicable for all the public and private school. You have to form a team of 3 students and 1 teacher from one school. Only one team can participate from one school. The last date for registration is 1st of September, and the last date for submission is 1st of October. To register your school, you can just type over the Google like greenyourschool.in, or you can just scan this barcode. Again, the top 3 schools will get the grant of 3 lakh and the top 5 will get the grant of 2.25 lakhs. If you have any other question or something else, so we are happy to take it up. Manisha, you can share the screen if you want to.
Yeah. So question and answer session will be at the end. At
Okay.
that time, we would request all the participants to post your questions or ask your questions. Now, one second. I hope my screen is visible. Yeah. Now we have Dr. Purnima T, the Dean of Academics from Bearys Group of Institution, Kodi, Kundapura. She has guided the students of Bearys Seaside School, Public School, Kodi, who had won the 2024, who were the winners of IGBC Green Year School Program 2024. Dr. Purnima, over to you. So I now request you to please share your screen and present on the ideas that your school had come up with last year. This gives a lot of motivation to all the students, all the participants to how to work on a presentation, how the ideas can be framed out and all. Thank you.
Yes, am I audible? Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Can you please keep the screen on presentation mode?
Yeah. Is the screen visible?
Screen is visible. Please keep it on the presentation mode.
Okay. Second. Yeah, shall I start? This is the BSPS Public School of Kodi, Bearys Group of Institutions. And I'm presenting those 5 ideas which we have taken up to get the IGBC certified school. And our whole motto is, My Lord, advance me in knowledge. And the clarity of mind and purity of heart is our logo. And about the school, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah.
You're audible. Just that in case if you can keep the screen at a presentation mode, right, which is right next to the Zoom. The Zoom,
Okay. Slide.
yeah, then the
Yeah.
entire screen is visible to all the participants.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, this is a school campus. You can see a beautiful sports ground, and next to that there is a pond ecosystem. We have a very large pool next to our school sports ground. It's a fantastic.
Ma'am, are you changing the slides?
No,
Okay.
now it is Is it changing? It's about
No,
school.
ma'am, it is not changing. It is not. It is still on the second page where we can see Beary Seaside Public School CBSE.
No, I have changed.
Just the gate. No, we can see only the gate actually. Can you reshare it, ma'am, if you don't mind? Or shall I? Yeah, I think now it is changing.
It's changing.
Yeah, please reshare it once again and keep it in presentation
Yes,
mode.
yes.
Thank you.
Is it changing now?
Not yet, ma'am. Ma'am, I will share on behalf of you. Can you please stop sharing, ma'am? I'll share on behalf of you. Hello. I'll share.
She's going to share. Okay, can I change?
I hope it is visible.
Yeah. No,
Not yet. Okay. One second. Now?
yes. No, yeah, you will be changing, right?
Yes, yes, I'll be changing.
Okay, the second slide. Yeah, this is a campus. You can see it is on the beach side, Arabian beach side, just in front of the Arabian Sea. We have a beautiful campus which is surrounded by a coconut garden. And this is a CBSE board school established in 1995. Haji K. Mohammed Bari. It's a management, and it has from Montessori to 10th standard. There are around 392 children and 28 teachers. And shall we go to next slide? Yeah, the school campus, you can see it is surrounded by lush green, surrounding coconut garden, greeneries, creepers, and shrubs, lawn. And you can see we have a beautiful lawn over there, and this lawn is not anything, it's a native species called as Balegullu, which can be maintained easily without any pesticides and less of water requirement. And this is the lawn we have maintaining without much water, insecticides, pesticides, etc. And we have got a vermicompost unit in our school where all the degradable material goes into vermicompost pit, and we get a manure regularly, which is used as a compost for our garden. And the entire roof and surface water is channelized into 6 different rainwater harvesting pits, and hence we conserve water, and soil preservation is done through that. And shall I go to next slide? And we have within our curriculum itself, we have a lot of eco-friendly activities which is instilled into the students, and like the pottery making is one such activity where students are trained to make different types of potteries by their hand only, without a rotator. So
Ma'am, are you speaking? Purnima, ma'am? I think there's some issue with the presenters. Purnima, ma'am? There's some signal issue with Purnima ma'am's from Purnima ma'am's side. She just requested everyone to stay for 2 minutes. Sorry for the inconvenience. Purnima ma'am. Purnima ma'am, I think you have joined, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah, we have these eco-friendly activities like homemade sanitizers and organic cleaning solutions. For example, we collect the orange peels and make a bioenzyme with the jaggery, and we ferment it for about a month. And this is a wonderful cleaning agent for our washrooms, sinks, basins, and a general cleaning purpose it can be used. And a mixture of sodium chloride, that is salt, and sodium bicarbonate, that is washing soda, which has been used as a solid eco-friendly general cleaning purpose. And this is what is a homemade general cleaning agents we prepare in the school. By children prepare it and we use it regularly. And the reuse of papers in the form of paper bags, paper mache, and various articles have been made regularly. And the craft from the waste is one more important activity. So we have a seed library where we collect natively grown seeds, and we collect it and we use it in our kitchen garden. And aquaponics is one such activity where we use used bottles. The plastic bottles have been used in order to grow by aquaponic method. And three-pot composting system is being used in order, is been in this area. Students are trained so that they can compost the vegetable waste, etc., which is generated in their kitchen. At their home, they can make organic manure. And then planting and maintenance of a kitchen garden is one more activity the students undertake, and maintenance of vermicompost pit, and our clean beach, that is picking the plastic from the beaches, is one very important activity. Every month we undertake this, and during that there will be nature walks where students will identify flora and fauna, the native varieties, and also go for a bird watch. And planting saplings is our monsoon drive. We plant many saplings on the roadsides. And preparation of healthy diet is one such activity where students are trained. A fifth onwards, a student, we feel that a student must be able to make one drink and one snack by himself in a very easy manner. Go to the next slide. So our college has been, our school has been identified by local people. We always appear in the local newspapers for our eco-friendly activities, and we always felicitate unsung heroes like the one Tulsi Gowda. We have called her in the inauguration of our college day, and many such unsung heroes are being felicitated in our college and the school campus. Next. And our idea, I'll start with our ideas. The first one is the Clean Beach Green Kodi. It is activity which we do every first Sunday of a month, where entire school children, the teachers, and the localites involve in order to clean the beach. We pick plastics from the beaches and collect it separately. From there, we segregate the waste also. We collect bottles separately, chappals and bottles, everything we separate. Plastic bottles and the glass bottles, etc., will be segregated, and we give it to municipality. And plastic bottles, we make use of it for making some civil work, etc., which I'll cover it a little later. And for this aspect, we have asked for some grant, and which goes like this. So for our annual expenditure of this Clean Beach Green Kodi is about 4,20,000. 10% of this annual amount can it be given by the project was our idea, that is 42,000. And the gloves for the hand gloves that what students use, that costs around 36,000. This is annual budget. And rakes which are used to collect the rag, and 10 shovels costs about 3,000. And casuarina plants is a one plant which holds the sand very well, and as a result, sea erosion will be prevented. And we want to plant casuarina on the beach side. So for that, we have asked a fund of about 89,500 rupees in the first idea. And can you go for the next one? And the second one is coastal care zone. So we actually carry out this beach cleaning activity, but then after a month, if we go there, again the situation is the same. The same amount of rags and plastics will be there. So what we have planned is around 2 kilometers from our school, on either side of our school, we are cleaning regularly, and further what we want to do is we want to monitor it continuously by surveillance. For the surveillance, we want to have some cameras. For that, we have given a budget of about 17,800, and we want to make some dustbins, which and want to place it everywhere in that area. And these dustbins will be made by us by using the waste plastic bottles. And for that, we have put some budget and some signboards we want to place everywhere in that area, where which is also once again made up of eco-friendly material. And as you see here, so altogether we have put a budget of about 55,200 for this coastal care zone. Next month. And one more important idea is nature dine. We have a large coconut garden next to our campus or near our campus. It belongs to our school itself, where we want to have a dining space in the coconut garden. So that the students will know the water management and how to use the kitchen waste and irrigation of the plants, and how to supply fertilizer, etc. They'll be, and also have hands-on experience on vermicomposting, so that in the nature dine, what we have planned is, since these coconuts fall quite often, we have planned to cover it by a nest, so that the coconut will not fall when students are moving around. And one more thing is, we have there itself we have a vermicompost pit. For that, we collect the all the dry leaves which are collected in our coconut garden and the nearby places. That has to be shredded into small pieces. For that, we are planning to make an innovative cycle leaf shredder, which breaks down into small pieces, so that vermicompost will be formed very quickly. And we also want to have a lot of organic seeds by using this kitchen waste and vermicompost. We want to grow our a lot of vegetables in our kitchen garden. And for sitting and the table we want to make, we actually want to utilize the collected plastic bottles to make the benches for in this dining area. So that is still under plan. And for this, we have asked for some budget, which I have given in the next slide. So yeah, here about the 10 waste bottle seaters we want to make, and coconut fall safety net that costs around 21,000. The dining table and of stone or some civil work, that we have asked some 5,000 rupees. Watering cans for the garden 4,000, and organic seeds around 800 rupees. Innovative leaves shredder and the cost of fabrication, everything together around 13,000. Total of around 90,800 rupees we have kept as a budget for this nature dining area, where students will be taking food in the nature, and they get to know how to this water which is used is utilized for the plants. Waste of the kitchen is utilized in the vermicompost pit, so that students will get a hand-on experience in making utilizing wastewater, waste food, and dry leaves, etc. Go to next. So one more area is Vibaya kitchen. The colorful food, as you can see here. So each color corresponds to a particular micronutrients, especially a tracer metal, in fact. So these have anti-inflammatory and immune building benefit, and rich source of vitamin, minerals, and promote overall growth of overall well-being and increase longevity. So this is a very important diet, and this can be the students are trying to make easy, healthy, and tasty hygienic food with their kitchen. Is this nothing but all colors which are present in the spectrum, that is rainbow, will be utilized in making salads or juices, etc., which they are making in the kitchen. And for that, we have asked some budget of around 24,000. Very simple things. We have asked for a apron, chef cap, and bowl, spoon, vessels, etc. For this, we have kept some budget, and this is a very important for every student so that he can make his own snack when parents are away, and he must can take care of himself when nobody else is taking care of him. Next. So one more is eco-friendly Montessori garden we wanted to make, wherein we in order to here we thought of making using recycled materials and even eco-friendly materials. Like recycled material like tires can be used for making the swings, and the ropes which we get, since it is a coastal area, we get a lot of ropes which fishermen use, and that we want to utilize in making these uh, for making the climbers. And then for this we have kept some budget of around 37,000. The whole of it altogether, it goes up to 2,96,500. So this is our budget plan, what we have given, involving all our 5 ideas together, put together. Okay, ma'am, next slide. And more information about our school, our green initiatives, eco-friendly activities uh, can be seen in these websites and video links. And thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Purnima ma'am. It has given a very good, you have given a very good idea, in fact, how you had come up with such kind of ideas to that encourage your students, and as a school, what all have you worked on to to make not just about the school but also the surroundings. You
Yeah,
really cared about the surroundings as well. It's not just the school, which we all have to appreciate.
thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Any
As
questions?
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. And coming to the IGBC Green Your School theme registration, Zoya had already given an idea on how the program process of registration, documentation, submission, everything happens. Other than that, as I told you that we are conducting webinars as a part of creating an awareness on the program. That is the program, and also this year's theme, Energize with Care and Protect What's Rare. So all the webinars we have completed this is the fourth webinar. We have completed 3 webinars, and 2 to 3 more webinars are still there. So as a part of it, we have come up with many ideas. We have come up with many ways how certain the entire concept can be taught to various schools how to come up with various ideas. So I hope these webinars are very much helpful, and we want more participation in terms of webinars and also for the program. So many of the participants are actually getting confused between the program and the webinar. Program is the competition, whereas the webinar are the awareness sessions. Webinar series are basically the awareness sessions that we are conducting to to give an idea on the theme that we had come up with. So along with that, we would like to introduce about the program in the webinars. We would like to help you with the registration process. And at the same time, we would like to talk about what all activities that IGBC is working on, and how IGBC Green School rating system works on. So this webinar actually gives a multiple spectral idea, in fact. As I told you that the registration for the program is completely free, and also the webinars is also completely free. And we actually encourage all the students, all the schools to take this opportunity as one such opportunity that you can improvise your school, you can add new elements to the school, you can encourage your students as well. Thank you so much. This is you can register to the school to the program using this QR code. And one more announcement that I would like to make that the webinar part five, is on learning grounds, which talks about designing and exploring biodiversity, energy zones, biodiversity and energy zones in the school, which is going to happen on 4th September, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I welcome you all to be a part of it and encourage more participation towards the webinars along with the program. And if anyone want to register to the program, you can use this QR code to register. If not, you can directly go to the website and you can register. Uh, now the session is open for Q&A. In case if any of you are having any doubts, you can definitely raise your hand, or you can unmute yourself and you can ask the questions to all three of us.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, ma'am. I'm from Sriram Universal School, Chennai. I
Okay.
have a doubt.
Yes,
The PPT, the sample PPT you have sent me
yes,
after
yes.
I registered myself. And
Mhm.
should we make the PPT with that base, or we can do any other separate PPT?
The PPT is for you to understand the structure, how the submission has to happen. If you see at the presentation given by Dr. Purnima ma'am also, the
Yes,
presentation has a format.
yes,
So
ma'am.
that you can follow the format. You can, for the beautification purpose, you can change the slide design, everything. But ideally,
Okay,
you
ma'am.
have to present the details about your school, the five ideas which you had come up with, and independently the budget for all the five ideas, and also the overall budget that when it is summed up to.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Good
Yeah.
afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. I'm from Amity International School, Ghaziabad.
Yeah.
Wanted to ask you, since I attended this webinar only, so the previous ones which we have missed, can we get the PPT which was shared in those webinars, or
Ma'am,
any
we are
idea?
actually sharing the YouTube videos. These presentations are completely done by IGBC, so these
Hmm.
are not to be shared. But what we can do is we can share you the YouTube video links. You can please write to me on manisha.kavuri@cii.in. I can definitely send you all the all the video links for you to go through.
So I've been getting emails from you since we have already registered. So can you send me an email with those links so that we can share it with the children, of course, who are working on
Yes,
it?
ma'am. You can definitely write to me. Since if you can write to me requesting for the press, because we are sending to thousands of schools, so it's
All
very
right.
difficult for us to actually pick your school.
Identify.
So if you can write, we can definitely send you the presentation. And
Okay.
even in the chat
I
box,
will take up
even
the
in the chat,
ID.
yeah, even in the chat box after every webinar, I'm posting the video link to all the participants for the benefit of all the participants. You can check in the chat box as well. If not, if you couldn't find it, you can please write to me. We'll send you the YouTube videos.
All right. So that it will be of help to us. Today's
Yes.
webinar also was very helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And we have one more question from Meenakshi in the chat box. I have registered my school, but I'm yet to receive the template PowerPoint. Meenakshi ji, you can write to me and Zoya. We can help you out with that. And in case if the school got registered, please give the name of the school also for us to verify. And one more, Mr. Gauhar Khurshid. Hello, Mr. Gauhar. Yes, we have a WhatsApp group. You can give us the number here. We can add you to the WhatsApp groups for continuous updates timely updates to be followed. And from Maclus Chunder, I have a doubt. What all are to be included in the presentation and how to maximize our chances? Can we make it in Canva? You can make it in Canva, but you have to give the presentation as per the format that what we had given. So please don't deviate from the format. We are asking only for five ideas only. You might have beautiful ideas, but definitely pick only five ideas from your list of ideas and please post it along with the budget for us to understand how much you are going to quote, because budgeting also has points for that. And uh, yeah, can we make the presentation in Canva? You can make, but make sure that the same format is being followed. I have also missed other webinars. Can you send those, please? Definitely, I can send you the YouTube links. Please write your query to me on my email ID. I'm just typing my mail ID here. manisha.kaburi@cii.in. Yeah, you can use this mail ID. You can send the mail to this mail ID, request mail. We'll send you all the YouTube links. Please add. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else, do you want to, in case if you have any questions, you can definitely write. So my one common thing what we have observed is for the webinars, no one have to see webinars are being conducted as a part of creating awareness to all the schools and students and teachers. And you don't have to present anything during the webinar. These are purely awareness sessions, whereas the presentation has to be given on October 1st, by October 1st for the program. So kindly follow that, and I hope you got an idea on the difference between the webinar and the program. Program is the competition. IGBC Green Year School program is the competition. The webinar series are series of 6 to 7, 7 to 8 webinars for your understanding. We have received last year, but not received participation certificate, registered last year. In case if you have registered and submitted the presentation only, you will be able to get the certificate. If not, the certificate will not be shared just for registration. The certificate will be given only when a presentation is sent. And presentation, in case if you had sent the presentation to us, please write an email, because there might be chances that the mail IDs might be wrong, where we might have sent, but it might have got bounced back. Yeah, I think, okay, Miss Prachi, in case if you have sent the presentation, please write an email to my ID. Using my ID, we'll verify it, give the name of your school and the participants list as well. We'll get back to you. Thank you. I think today's webinar had given you many ideas on how the pollinator gardens are very much important in a school, and how the school can place them well in a school. And thank you so much, everyone, for your good participation. And we're expecting more participation in the next webinar, that is on 4th September, where we are going to talk about learning grounds. That is how to make in your school a learning ground where designing and exploring biodiversity energy zones in schools is the main focus area. Thank you so much, everyone, and please stay in touch, and please register for the program as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Zoya, and thank you, Purnima ma'am, for giving your time for today's webinar. Zoya will meet in the next webinar as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.